Douglas V. Gibbs here, Constitution Study TV, and it is time for another Constitution question to be answered. And with the election season coming, with the 2018 midterms right around the corner, a matter of, about a little over a week away from the recording of this video, this is perfect timing for this question. And actually, there's two questions. We'll do another video on the other one. Here's the question. Does it say in the Constitution that you have to be a citizen to vote? And how is it that San Francisco is getting away with registering non-citizens to vote? All right, and now we got to consult our U.S. Constitution for this, so let me pull out my handy-dandy Constitution, and let me say this. In 4 amendments, it specifically uses the word citizen and vote in the same sentence. So we got Amendments 15, Amendment 19, Amendment 24, and Amendment 26. So let me go to Amendment 15 first, and that's the one that was ratified right after the war between the states, and it reads, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude." So right of citizens of the United States to vote, okay? Now we go to 19. This is women's suffrage one. Change each page here. If you got one, follow along. "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex." Okay, and then we go to 24. "The right of citizens of the United States to vote in any primary or other election for president or vice president, for electors for president or vice president, or for senator or representatives in Congress shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state by reason of failure to pay any poll tax or other tax." And then finally, 26. Amendment 26, "The right of the citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age." All right, so first of all, it says that in order to vote, you must be a citizen. It says it 4 times right there in the Constitution, in the amendments. Okay, so that was, once again, for those of you trying to keep notes, Amendments 15, 19, 24, and 26. All right, well, what about the Founding Fathers, though? What was their original intent? Was their original intent that you should have to be a citizen to vote? Well, for that, first of all, we go to Article 1, Section 4, and it states, "The times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof." So what it's saying is it's up to the states to handle the manners and procedures of elections. Then it says, "But the Congress may at any time by law make or alter such regulations except as to the places of choosing senators." So if Congress feels, all right, the state's way off base, they can then make legislation to make adjustments. But it doesn't really say citizens here. It just says that it's the state's job to manner and procedures of the vote of the election. It's up to the states on how they do it in each state. Then we run over to Article 4, and this is where we get a little clarity. Article 4, Section 2 says this: "The citizens of each state," okay, so there's our citizens word, "shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states." Now, first of all, let's ask ourselves, did the Founding Fathers consider voting a right? I'm not really fond of the word right when it comes to voting. The reason why the word right is used is because the proponents of big government have determined that a right is something that the federal government must guarantee and secure and protect and make sure it happens no matter what, even if they have to punish the states to make sure it happens. That's the definition of a right to the left and the establishment. But that's not the definition of a right when it comes to the Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers said that a natural right is you're individually entitled to it. It's self-evident. You're endowed by your Creator with your rights. They're unalienable. Your rights stop where the next person's rights begin, and when it comes to the Declaration of Independence, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I don't think you have a right to vote, but you do have a right to pursue voting. The thing is, I believe, based from the Founding Fathers' language, that it goes even further than that. They believed that voting is a privilege of citizenship. Let's go back now to what we read earlier about in Article 1, Section 4, about the states administering the elections. In the very beginning, all the states, after the constitutional ratification of the U.S. Constitution, the states in their procedures decided that only property owners could vote. Well, slaves could not own property, therefore slaves could not vote. Women at the time could not own property in those states, so they could not vote. Now note that it does not say that blacks could not vote, even though we're told that and everybody believes that. There were property-owning blacks in some northern states that actually voted. As the United States moved westward into the frontier, and women became equal to the men in the sense of keeping the homestead and keeping the home fires burning and the hunting and all that, because it was a harder life out west, women gained more appreciation. And so in the frontier, often women did vote, and sometimes women even held office. So it wasn't really about women and race as much as it was about wanting to make sure that informed people voted. If you own property, it means then you paid some type of taxes, and you paid close attention to what was going on politically. And that was a good reason for you to be able to vote. If you didn't own property, then how would your vote be earned if you really didn't pay attention and you had no stake in the game? Well, if you had no skin in the game, I guess is a better way of putting it, the only way to convince you to vote for someone would, well, for that person to ensure that you got some type of gift from the Treasury. And the Founding Fathers were trying to avoid that. Well, if voting is a right in the way that the left and the establishment proclaims, would not all American citizens have been receiving the right to vote back then? Now, that all said, once again, I believe that they believed it was a privilege, because remember, it could be taken away. It could be blocked. Just like your license. You have a privilege to drive, not a right to drive. You have a right to pursue it. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But you don't have a right to obtain it. It's a privilege. Same thing with voting, I believe. And once again, now that I've explained all that, let's read Article 4, Section 2 of the Constitution again. The citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states. It's a privilege of citizenship. So there you go. Is voting a right? Does it say that you must be a citizen in order to vote in the Constitution? Absolutely yes. And it's a privilege of citizenship. So now, we have all these illegal aliens who think that they're going to be able to vote, and it does happen. And that is unconstitutional. And so is San Francisco registering these illegal aliens. If you need to ask me a question, you want to hear more, you want to ask a question to me, Constitution, let's get it right here, constitutionspeaker at yahoo.com. Constitutionspeaker at yahoo.com. I am Douglas V. Gibbs, Mr. Constitution, your nation's Constitution authority. And you can learn more about me at douglasvgibbs.com. Politicalpistachio.com is my blog. And there's also donate buttons on those sites. So if you want to donate, you want to help out monthly, one time, whatever, it really helps. All of this takes money. All this takes time. And your help keeps these videos coming. I appreciate. Oh, and also subscribe. There's a subscribe button down there. Not only do I want you to subscribe, tell other people, share the link. Let's get the word out about the Constitution. Let's get this country trained up again in the U.S. Constitution. We don't teach civics in school anymore. And so we're going to have to learn this way. So please send people to this page. I would love to have so many viewers of this video that it just goes viral, because people need to know that this illegal alien voting thing, this is bad for the United States, and it is unconstitutional. All right, until next time, Constitution Study TV, Douglas V. Gibbs, signing out. Don't forget to visit the website. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.